Good morning to you in the studio and those who are watching us this morning. We have always told you that we shall be committed in ensuring that we give you a snap peek of everything which is happening in the country. And of course, each and every day, we always don't forget to give you the different aspects and also the aspect of service delivery across the different institutions within the country. And now, when you look at the aspect of infrastructure, it has been a question and it has been debate in the different streets, in the different towns, and people have been asking now that there has been rationalization of the agencies like UNRWA into Ministry of Works. What will be the level of compliance and also implementation of some of the programs and road projects which are supposed to be implemented initially by UNRWA? Today we are in Yumbe. Today we have come to turn the district very blue, and of course we are digesting into issues of this particular road which is currently on construction process. Now, if I can reflect very well back, in September 2020, World Bank approved a grant of 103 million to ensure that they improve the infrastructural phase of some of the refugee hosting areas. And this particular road, it stretches from Koboko, Yumbe up to around Moyo, and it is around 103 kilometers. And as you can see right now, the works are ongoing. But to give us better perspective and context of this particular ongoing works, this morning I'm delighted to be joined by the site engineer, and of course we shall want him to bring us into speed when we are talking about this particular work. There's been projection on the time when the work is supposed to commence and when the work is supposed to end. Want to understand currently what is the progress of the work. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Yes.
Tell us, we are seeing these works ongoing. Give us a better picture, an overview about this particular project.
Oh, yeah. This project, as of now, we commenced the civil works commenced in July, 2nd of July. We are now coming into 7 months in progress. We have already done a lot of work, permanent works. We have the safeguards documents, like the camp has already been approved, the main camp. We have also the various mini camps already approved. So the physical works, where it has now reached, we have started the issues of earthworks, and from kilometer 40 to 49, we are doing the clearing and grabbing, we are doing the roadbed preparation, and the other side of, this is in Yumbe, the other side of Moyo, we are having from kilometer 90 until the end, that is 102, 500. We are also doing the same. So the area that the works is going on is more than 20 kilometers, which is now actively on. Most of the workers, the mobilization is complete. We expect that by June we can at least cover a greater part of the work. For example, we can reach at least 20% of progress by June.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe I want to understand one thing. Previous track record indicates that as such kind of works are going, you find that there's also another disadvantaged group, especially now the women and some of the school children. What compliance measures have we people putting in place?
Okay, the project has all the safeguard instruments. It is having inclusion and non-discrimination of all social categories. For example, we have already done safeguards management plan, we have done stakeholder management plans. We have also gone ahead to even include compensation of people who are elderly, the vulnerables, by building them houses. We have gone ahead even to include the people who are disabled. Their offices to be compensated and being even employed in the project through our labor management plans. All these plans have been approved. Technically, the road that is going to be done is wider than the existing road. So what we are doing, we are opening up the area, the width of the road, which is called clearing and grabbing. And we open up these levels to the point where the road should begin to be developed. So you see this soil which they are removing it to reach the point where we have agreed that this is where works will begin, new material will start from. So we are doing clearing and grabbing. And this is happening in Yumbe and as well as in Moyo. The Koboko side, we are doing the relocation of the poles, the water lines, so that also this activity can begin. Yesterday we already engaged with the leadership. The Koboko side will begin in March. Yeah.
Maybe as you conclude on your side, this is the vital road that connects to South Sudan, and also when you look at some of the neighboring districts, this is going to ease the mobility. I want to understand, there was projection right from the time when government of Uganda signed this particular agreement, even including the aspect of commencement. Yes. Do we still maintain the projected time?
Yes. Procurement has taken up 2 years, and definitely what should have ended in 2025 is now going to end in 2027, meaning that we have still a 3 years contract, but the financing period needs to be extended. Currently, with the Ministry of Works is doing what is called a mid-term review. That mid-term review is going to give us the opportunity to extend the financing period, because we already know 2 years has been eaten up without any physical works. So that is what we are going to request for extension, and this is done under what is called mid-term review report. And we are working on it now. By March, that report will be out, requesting for extension of financing time and extending as well as the civil works to go to the 2027 automatically, without government involving in their money.
Maybe as you conclude, we saw diversion there from the initial road. Maybe why this diversion? An ordinary person will want to understand, why are we diverting from the initial road? And maybe if we have diverted, has there been issues of compensating those whose properties have been affected in line with the World Bank's policy and also rules of procedure?
Compensation is, we had already done 90% of the compensation. There is what is called resettlement action plan, which is the report which informs who to compensate and who not to compensate. So 90% has been done. We have some areas which we are still handling, and most of them we have not handed over to the contractor. That is only a stretch of like 15 kilometers. So the diversion of the road is to straighten, because this original road has a lot of curves which are not in line with how a road should be designed. So a straighter road is easier to ply, and even it is economical than having very many winding, than having a lot of winding routes, which will again increase the cost for no good reason. So when we straighten and when we leave away a curve of the original road, we are just trying to be economical and do what is called value engineering, so to get the maximum out of the funding, the maximum value out of the funding.
Your name, sir?
I'm Engineer Alex Otim. I'm the project manager.
Okay. Engineer Alex Otim is the project manager. Of course, he has given us the technical bit of this particular project, which is currently ongoing. Now, when you see this stretch of the road, if I can first allow this truck to pass so that I can speak very clearly. Now, I was at a verge of saying, if you see this stretch of this particular road, it connects right from Koboko roundabout, and it is going to link up to that is Moyo district. Now, when you look at this project, its component is looking at also the aspect of refugees, aware that Koboko district hosts refugees, and then Yumbe hosts the largest number of refugees in that is Africa. Even it connects up to that is Moyo. So when you look at the entire road, of course, many people, the expectation there is that it should be in person to ease mobility of people along this road. And this road, aware that it also connects to South Sudan, many people are saying that it is going to improve mobility and also the infrastructural phase of this particular area. For the technical bit of it, if I can speak to the communications officer of that is Ministry of Works, initially UNRWA, I want to find out when it comes now to the aspect of the works itself. Ministry is the one who is seeing the entire work. Of course, we know that the contract was awarded to a Chinese company or a Chinese firm. We want to understand now when it comes to the management bit, how has Ministry prepared itself? You're most welcome, Pamela.
Thank you very much. What I'd like to say is that there is a project implementation unit, that's the management team. We have a project manager, Engineer Alex Otim. We have a project engineer, Engineer Deus Nwajira, and we have a host of specialists to support the social aspects of the project. Myself, Pamela Kusimba, I'm the communication specialist. We have an individual who's specific for gender-based violence, sexual harassment, violence against children. We have an occupational health and safety specialist, we have an environmental specialist, and a special development specialist. What I can say about this project is that World Bank has ensured that all the social aspects of the project are well taken care of. We have a consultancy firm that's carrying out livelihood restoration to ensure that the vulnerable pups are well taken care of. What this firm is doing, one of the things this firm is doing is financial literacy. They are carrying out workshops and trainings for vulnerable pups, but all project affected persons are welcome to attend. They are also, during the rainy season, they will be distributing seedlings, of course, that are relevant to the region. They are also distributing like wheelchairs. I saw a shoe for disabled person, and things like that, to make sure that people who have been affected by the project are supported to resettle and move on with normal life.
Okay. Thank you very much. Of course, Pamela now concludes for us this particular interview. But one thing you need to know is that this road, men are saying that it is going to change the infrastructure face of this particular districts. Before the approval of this particular grant, people used to ask a lot of questions, because trust me, Priscilla, and that is my brother Chris in the studio, for you to travel right from Koboko to Moyo, if you dressed in a white shirt, you would reach there when your shirt has been turned brown. So this is something that men are saying, that after the works on this particular road, this is yet going to be another history. For the interest of time, allow me to let the room back to you in the studio as you continue with the Morning at NTV show.
Many thanks. Rashula Didi there, reporting to us live from Koboko, and of course highlighting what is no doubt very transformational infrastructure developments there in that part of the country that addresses the challenges that many of the communities do grapple with, especially when it comes to accessing other districts. Now,